Petrus the Oregonian, I imagine, given all you went through last year after playing so well that you, Petrus the Oregonian, I imagine, given all you went through last year after playing so well that you are one of the many guys here anxious to get going again.
Yeah.
And one, talk about that, and two, how you see the competition at the small forward spot right now.
Yeah, man, being away from the game for so long was really tough. But I think having that physical and mental break has me, super hungry, rejuvenated, and excited just coming into this season, man. I feel really good. I'm feeling healthy. So I'm just ready to get back out there with my teammates and, compete, have a really successful year. And to the point of, me, playing a small forward spot, I'm just excited for the opportunity, man. My first 3 years has just been, steady progression from year to year. But, now being in the conversation, for being the potential, starting small forward is something that, I could, one of the only things I could ask for. So just have a good training camp, go out there, compete, and, live with the results. Yeah, to do that.
Austin, I'm wondering what your impressions of Dame has been, particularly from like a mental standpoint. Like, can you see that, or just say where he is mentally?
Yeah, he's super focused, and you guys have, history speaks for itself. You guys have seen him year in and year out, and I think last year was something that I think put a lot of hunger, into a lot of us. Obviously we've always wanted to win. We've always wanted to perform at our best, but last year was was a really low point, and that's we don't want to be that kind of team, ever again. I know for myself personally, and I can speak for Dame when I say that we don't ever want to have a season like that again. So, me and him, we've done a lot of our rehab together. We've been in the gym together a lot this summer. So, he's just super focused, man. And, I wouldn't be surprised if this one's one of his best seasons to date. So I'm super excited for him, ready to watch him go do his thing and lead us to big things this year.
Can you be more detailed on what super focused means?
Man, just from, coming in every day and handling his business and just, his professionalism, coming to the gym at 2 hours before we got to get on the court and, doing his rehab, strengthening, the things that he needs to work on, in his body, from his diet to his attention to detail when he's working with trainers outside of the Trailblazers gym, just from everything, man. And just, the way he pours into other guys and trying to bring us up and make us better, because ultimately the better we are, the better the team is. So I think he's just done a good job of continuing to be who he is and just continuing to lead us in the right path.
Nons, you've just had a lot of stuff go wrong for you in your first couple of years. This is a runway that you kind of have coming into the season. You said you worked with Dame in rehab, and physically, where are you right now? It's media day, so everybody looks bigger, but you look genuinely bigger. Have you grown, kind of recovered back from what you lost during COVID, or gone beyond that?
Yeah, definitely. I've grown from it. I think I've just, tightened up the little things, like working on eating better, in the weight room, working hard, being more focused. And, as I've gotten older, I've already been a strong player, but I've gotten more strong. I've gotten leaner, quicker, and more explosive, and for me right now, I'm good, man. I'm 100% feeling healthy. Just super excited to get out there to training camp and, compete and do what we got to do for us to be a good team this year.
Anas here, Austin White from the Portland Tribune. Jabari was saying that, you've kind of helped him, get acclimated here.
Yeah.
What's it like for you kind of taking on that, you haven't been in the NBA too long either, but, what's that like taking on that role and showing these guys how to
Hey, man, 4 years is kind of long, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of crazy to think about, but, Jabari, we just kind of gravitated towards each other. I mean, you guys have heard him talk. He's, we kind of like-minded individuals. Has a great head on his shoulders. He works hard. I was a fan of his game even before we had drafted him. So when I saw, we had picked him up late in the second round, I texted Joe right away. I was like, steal. He's a really good player. And if you guys kept track of Summer League, I think he surprised a lot of people with how he looked so comfortable out there. I was thoroughly impressed. So I just love his approach, to the way he asks questions. He's super humble. He comes in, works every day, so he has the makings of being a really good player. So, I'm fortunate to have, a rookie like him be in the locker room with me.
This year, Dame gave us kind of a snapshot of one of the workouts earlier this summer where you got a step on Shaden, and then he met you at the rim. Can you maybe describe that moment, and then also like your impressions of Shaden?
Yeah, I'm an ultimate competitor, so, on that play, we were just playing ones-on-one, and I got a step on him, and I was about to dunk the ball, and he had jumped with me, and he had got a hand on it. I still was able to make the basket, but after that play, I told him, I was like, I love that. Like, whether you get dunked on or you block it or whatever happens, like, I respect dudes that compete, because that's what I would have done. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of guy that's you're going to have to just dunk on me. And when he did that, it let me know, like, the mindset that he has. And, a lot of guys, they just let it go. You know what I'm saying? But so when he did that, I looked at him, I was like, all right, you got some heart in you. I like that. But, Shaden's ultra talented, man. I haven't seen a whole bunch of them, but from what I have seen coming in, like, he can do it all. He has handles, he's skilled, he's crazy athletic, like crazy athletic, you know what I'm saying? And the game just comes so natural for him. So I'm really excited to see like how he turns out after, getting that NBA experience and just kind of maturing and kind of understanding what it means to be a pro and all that. Once he kind of gets all that stuff out the way, he's going to be a problem for years to come. So I'm excited to see that.
So you've always kind of held the mantle as the most athletic Blazer the last couple of years. Does he rival in that?
I never said that.
I know you never did, but other people have. But does he kind of rival that, or is he in your same league?
I think like athleticism is such a broad term. Like you could jump. There's people who can jump high, but they may not be like athletic. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think if we just talking about totality from strength to speed to like vert. Like, I might still have that because I feel like I have, the combination of it all. But he can jump high, though. He's up there. But we have an athletic team. Like, you're talking about Shaden, Greg, Keon, Jeremy, GP, myself. Like, we have a really athletic team. So I think it's going to be interesting to see this year. It's going to be fun.
A couple for you real quick. Opened up IG this morning and saw the dunk on Jack Harlow. What was that like, man?
Man, it was really fun. I've known Jack for some years now. We're really good friends with each other. So every time he comes out here and performs, I usually go to the show. I've been fortunate to be in town every year. So it's just cool to see him. I was cool with him before he kind of had that household name notoriety. So like just to see his evolution from, the first year he was out here, he was in Hawthorne, and there's probably 200 people in there. And then there was COVID next year, but then the following year after that, we were in the Crystal Ballroom, and there was, some thousands in there. And then, last night it's maybe, I don't know how many people, but it was even more. So just kind of seeing his evolution, is really inspiring. And even kind of like, in my career, it's like we're mirroring each other. You know what I'm saying? We both kind of started at the same time, and every year we see each other. It's like we're in a new place in our career. So it was just a surreal moment to be out there and kind of, be on the stage with him.
And those workouts, Chauncey Billups has mentioned, seeing the guys in the gym already and working together. Connectivity has been a big word that's been used.
Yeah.
The cohesion. How have you seen things be a little bit different than years in the past?
Yeah, I think this year to your point, we just got a head start on all of that type of stuff. Like, we've been playing 3-on-3, 5-on-5 all of September. We've had guys here all of August. We had guys here in June, preparing for summer league. So I think this whole year we just got a head start on, building that chemistry with each other and developing that camaraderie. So that way, going into camp, we don't have to start at ground one. You know what I'm saying? We kind of starting, ahead of probably most teams, and so that way we can put in our stuff, start executing, and get dialed in on that type of things, as opposed to like trying to get in shape at the start of training camp and trying to get a feel for each other at training camp. We're going into that, so when we start, we're just gonna hit the ground running and have a good, successful one.
Thanks, Nazir.
I appreciate it.